Section 10 of Birds, Volume 3, Number 6, June 1898. Recorded for LibriVox.org by M. Lee. The Downy Woodpecker. Every leaf was at rest, and I heard not a sound, save a wood drummer tapping on a hollow beech tree. This little woodpecker is the smallest of all those inhabiting the United States. In the shade trees about houses and parks, and especially in orchards, he may be frequently seen tapping or scratching on the limb of a tree within 2 or 3 yards distance, where he has discovered a decayed spot inhabited by wood-boring larvae or a colony of ants, his food consisting of ants, beetles, bugs, flies, caterpillars, spiders, and grasshoppers. The late Dr. Glover of the Department of Agriculture states that on one occasion a downy woodpecker was observed by him making a number of small, rough-edged perforations in the bark of a young ash tree, and upon examination of the tree, when the bird had flown, it was found that wherever the bark had been injured, the young larvae of a wood-eating beetle had been snugly coiled underneath and had been destroyed by the bird. Beechnuts also constitute a considerable portion of the food of this bird. Dr. Merriam says that in northern New York they feed extensively on this nut, particularly in fall, winter, and early spring. This miniature woodpecker is very social in its habits, far more so than other species, and is often found associated with other birds in the woods, the orchards, along fence rows, and not infrequently in the cities. He is often seen in company with the white-breasted nuthatch, see Volume 2, page 118, and the brown creeper, Volume 3, page 214. Early in the spring, the downies retire to the woods to make their nests, preferring the vicinity of running water. The nest is begun about the 2nd or 3rd week in May and consumes from 2 days to a week in building. The holes are usually excavated in dead willow, poplar, or oak trees, and the height varies from 4 to 30 feet, generally about 15 feet. The entrance to the nest is about 2 inches in diameter, and the depth of the nest hole varies from 8 to 18 inches. The eggs are 4 or 5, rarely 6, and are pure glossy white. We know of no more interesting occupation than to observe this bird. It is fond of drumming on the stub of a dead limb whose center is hollow, and whose shell is hard and resonant. Upon such places it will drum for an hour at a time, now and then stopping to listen for a response from its mate or of some rival. At all times it is unsuspicious of man, and when engaged in excavating the receptacle for its nest, it continues its busy chiseling, unheeding his near approach. The woodpecker is wrongfully accused of boring into the sound timber, and by letting in the water, hastening its decay. As Dixon says, alas, poor harmless unoffending woodpecker, I fear that by thy visits to the trees thou art set down as the cause of their premature decay. Full well I know thy beak, strong as it is totally incapable of boring into the sound timber. Full well do I know that, even if thou wert guilty of such offense, nothing would reward thy labors, for thy prey does not lurk under the bark of a healthy tree. Insects innumerable bore through its bark and hasten its doom, and it is thy duty in nature's economy to check them in their disastrous progress. End of Section 10. This recording is in the public domain.